What's happening, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another E28 video. I know it's been a while since I've pretty much done any content on this car, but not to worry, I still own this car. I love it, and we will be doing some more tutorials on this car coming soon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change the oil and filter on an M30 engine. This is the large 3.2 to 3.5 liter inline 6-cylinder motor that's found in the E28 platform. So let's get out there and get started. Here are all of the products that we'll be using today. We have a Liqui Moly 10W40 with the MOS2 anti-friction additive. We have 6 quarts of that. The spec is around 6 or 6.1 quarts for the M30 in this E28. I also have a new drain plug and crush washer, just for good measure, and a Moly oil filter cartridge. As always, I'll have a link in the description where you can purchase all of these items. Now, the M30 motor is interesting in that it uses sort of a modern style filter cartridge. So inside of this metal housing here is our paper filter, which will be replaced, unlike the M20 motor that you find on some of the other models that has a hard metal oil filter. Now, in order to remove this from the car, there's a 17mm bolt up top that we will crack loose and remove, and then this bottom part here of the cartridge housing will drop down, and a lot of oil will come with it. As you can see here, it'll go straight onto the ground unless we put a catch can or an oil recovery container below it. Once we have the car up in the air, we can climb underneath with our oil drain pan, and we'll remove the drain plug from the oil pan. And we'll crack this loose with a 17mm socket. Now, while we're in here, I am going to take a small sample and send it off to Blackstone Oil Labs for analysis. And I'll update you in a later video, or at the end of this one, depending on how soon I get this back, to see just how much content of different metals and contaminants are in the oil. And this is what our collection container looks like. Now, prior to driving the car up onto the ramps, I did let it idle for 5 or 10 minutes, and it's recommended that you drain the oil with the motor hot. That ensures that the oil can drain easier and you get more of the old oil out of the motor while you're doing an oil change. Now we can install the new drain plug. It's always a good idea to double check here with your finger and make sure that the old washer didn't get stuck to the pan. Now we can slide the drain pan over about a foot or so we can remove that oil filter housing and change out the cartridge. And this is also a 17mm. I'll hold the housing with one hand. Be sure to test it first to make sure it's not too hot. And we'll remove the bolt from the top. Now, this is full to the brim with oil, so be sure to hold it level while you remove it. As you can see here, there is a trail of oil that's spilt down the side of the pan, so you will need to clean that with some rags. Here's our new oil filter that we'll be installing, as well as a new rubber O-ring that goes along the top of the filter housing. Made in West Germany. This car is so old that it was made back when there was an East and West Germany before the Berlin Wall was torn down. And our filter here is made in Austria. The oil filter kit comes with a crush washer for the drain plug, which we don't need because we purchased a new drain plug, and it came with one. And it also comes with a new crush washer for the bolt that secures this oil filter housing to the car. So be sure to replace that as well. Here's the new washer. And let's thread that bolt into our housing. And once again, we'll torque this down with a 17mm. I would start by putting in 5 quarts, start the car, let it get warm, and make sure that it's flat on the ground again. Then you can check the dipstick and fill it up with an additional 1 or 1.1 quarts. It's always easier to add more oil, but once it's overfilled, it's a royal pain to remove the drain plug and try to remove some of the oil that you overfilled the car with. So definitely start with 5 and then check the dipstick and go from there.